I've got a 2001 Honda Accord, and you can see it's got 368,000 plus miles on it. Check engine light has been on for a while, and I'm going to read the code. It's a P1456. I've known what this code was. It's an evap leak. I've replaced several things, but I'm going to replace the fuel tank pressure sensor. I think that might be the final thing that may fix this code. The fuel tank pressure sensor is under the evap canister. It's under the vehicle, above the evap canister. By the driver's side, if you go underneath the vehicle, you can see where the evap canister is, and you have to remove that, and then the sensor is underneath that. All right, I'm underneath the vehicle. This is charcoal canister. I'm going to disconnect these hoses so I can get to it. There are two screws you got to remove to get to the to remove the charcoal canister. There's one here, you can kind of see it, and actually there's only one screw for the canister, so it's just this one right there. Once you remove that, it should drop, but you need to remove all these hoses and these connectors first before you can drop it down. Once you remove the evap canister, there's a bracket right here you have to remove, and then you got to kind of take it out the way so you can get in there. To remove the bracket, there's a screw here, you can see, and there's also going to be a screw on this side. So you don't have to remove this, but you can if you need to. I'm just going to remove the two screws and kind of move it out the way. The sensor is right above where this connector is. This is where the fuel tank pressure sensor is located, right above here. This is what the sensor looked like. This is the old one I took out. Now when I took this out, there was some gas inside of this little tube here. I don't know if that's supposed to be there because I thought it was just supposed to be vapors, but I'm thinking that's probably what caused this one to go bad. Fuel, maybe from overfilling the tank, got in here from the fuel tank, and it made the sensor go bad. So this is a new one that I bought. It's an aftermarket. You can see it. And it's made for this Accord. So now I'm going to get back underneath and connect all the hoses, put everything together, and see how it goes. You can see underneath here, the sensor is going to go right up underneath right here, and it's going to slide in, and the two hoses will connect at the bottom. This is the bracket I was saying. You have to take the screws out. There's actually 3 screws, and kind of move it out the way, and then pull the hoses out before you can get the sensor out. Alright, so I have the sensor in. It's right here. I put the 2 hoses back in, as you can see them. Now, one of the smaller hoses had an end that had nothing to it. I couldn't find anything this connects to, so I'm thinking this is by design. So I'm gonna push this sensor back in the slot here before I put everything back in. All right, before you finish everything, check all the hoses. Make sure you don't have any cracks or breaks in your hoses. One of my hoses did have a crack. I replaced it. Also back here, there's a hose that runs here and it goes all the way back here. The little plastic piece was broken, so I kind of repaired that with some silicone. I can kind of show you, it's back. It goes all the way back behind the wheel back here somewhere. But I did replace this. It's this hose that you see running here. This one. So make sure all the hoses are good before you close everything up. So I've got the sensor in and it's secured. I got the hoses in. Not sure if this is bad since it had fuel in it. So I'm gonna hope the fuel pressure sensor fixes everything. So I'm gonna put everything back in and we'll give it a few days as I drive it around to check it. This is the other hose, a plastic piece I was saying that cracked, is right here. in front of this piece here. I don't know what the purpose of it is, but the hose just runs here, back and into the canister. So I've got the canister all put back in. I'm connecting all the hoses. Make sure we get everything connected. There's one more here. And I'm going to connect the last wiring. Make sure this is in firmly. And there you go, it's done. Be sure to double check everything, make sure you have everything connected, there's no leaks. Put everything back together.